Tonight on Dice to Pixels, I've decided to trade in my sickness for a broken back, but thankfully the doctor prescribed Super Mario RPG for me, so my recovery's going well.
Yay!
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah! Woohoo! Thank you for not ordering meat.
Yeah, I was actually kind of disappointed. Nobody fucking ordered any meat.
I was wondering how I got this blister. But yeah. So I've been a hurt unit the past couple weeks. This sucks.
Yeah, you're dying. You're just falling apart. Wheels coming off right off this bitch.
Literally, man, and they're tank treads. So I mean, that's fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. But it's because last week you had mentioned Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG, best game ever made.
Yeah, we traded in a bunch of games.
Okay.
Mostly Nintendo ones that we weren't playing.
I knew you had gotten it because you sent me the picture, but I didn't realize you would trade in. That's smart.
Yeah, so I got paid $27 to get Super Mario RPG.
Well, that's a good
from
price.
Like all the trade-in and stuff.
Love that.
Dude, you are gonna freaking love it if you haven't played it yet.
I've played a little bit. I've been so fucking busy that I've barely gotten to play. But like, I already know it's fantastic, right? And like, I've played the game. I just haven't played the updated version through. But I fired it up. I played a little bit of it. I'm fucking, all these people are like, oh my God, you told me about Super Mario RPG and it's so fucking good. I'm like, yeah, if only I'd fucking been able to play it.
It's great. It's honestly, it feels just pretty much like playing the normal Super Mario RPG. The visuals look amazing. Yeah. I like that they kept Mario kind of looking small.
Yeah.
It's because it's kind of funny because when you gain levels, it shows like a stage and your characters all stand under a spotlight, and then when they get the level, they're at the forefront, but then everybody else is dancing. And the freaking little dance that Mario does, I showed Sarah and I'm like, look at this, you're gonna love it. And Sarah looked at it and was just like, yeah. He's doing they all do this like little shuffle. Bowser does these like little like right. But it controls pretty much exactly the same. Doing the timed hits when you attack somebody and hitting it gets the increased damage.
Yeah.
Same with your abilities and stuff. The fire flower, you have to repeatedly tap A to fill up a meter, and then it fires like one last kind of critical hit
all
fireball.
The spells are good. They're fun.
Yeah. So and there's also an option in there to switch all of the music back to the Super NES original.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet, but I mean it's good for a hit of nostalgia, but I don't see myself using it very much.
Me neither. I'm digging the new music. Sounds great. I'm having a blast with it. I'm about halfway through it, mostly because we went to Danielle's play, her musical there on Wednesday night. Yeah. And Thursday night I was dealing with crippling back pain.
I was going to say, you were dying. So
but no, it's been really fun. I've been digging it. I prefer playing with the Pro controller.
That's guaranteed.
Yeah. But no, it's great. You're going to dig it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I mean, I've played a little bit of it because I couldn't not, but I've had so little time to actually dig into anything. I say that I actually have played a little bit of a new game, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I'm really, part of the problem is I want to sit down and just play Mario RPG, and so far I've had like, I can spare a half hour here and like 15 minutes here, and it's not enough. So. But I'm very much looking forward to it. Everything I've seen and everything everybody's telling me is like, faithful reproduction with a few minor improvements here and there. Graphics great, sounds great, everything's awesome. So I mean, that's how a remake's supposed to be fucking done.
Yep. They even got Mario where he doesn't say anything.
Yep.
He does like all of the little body motions that he does when he's like telling a story, when the sword first comes down and impales Bowser's castle. And just the story of him telling the head chancellor like what happened to Princess Peach and all that stuff, and how and acting it all out. It's like, oh my God, this is great.
I love the pantomime in that game. It was always fantastic, and it's even better in the higher res.
Oh hell yeah. So I had that, and then there was another one called Prison City that came out on pretty much everything.
I saw it. I didn't get a chance to look into it much, but
it's it's not bad. It's a 2D like side scroller in the 8-bit style.
Okay.
The people that actually did the AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd remake game of 1 and 2, they published it, Retrowave or Rare, I think it's called. The AVG,
Yeah, one of those two.
yeah, Cinemassacre and James Rolfe did a video of it.
Cool.
And I seen the video, so then I was like, oh, well, this is my kind of stuff. And it kind of reminded me of Mega Man because they've basically taken Detroit and turned it into a prison.
Yeah, it had that vibe for me too. Like I said, I haven't looked into it a lot, but
Yeah.
I did see a video and I was like, that has Mega Man vibes. I
Yeah.
figured you'd probably like it.
Yeah, they have like the stage select, but then the weapon's more like Rygar.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a boomerang or something that you throw.
I might check it out too. I mean, I'm swamped for the next
Yeah.
like, couple weeks, but it kind of tickled my fancy too because like I liked the Mega Man series and it definitely had some of those broad strokes as well.
Yeah.
So
I think my only complaint with it is there's one particular move where you slide and then jump, and it's supposed to give you a bigger jump. It never fucking works.
just timing is
Either my timing sucks or like I'm doing something wrong. But even going through the training mission, when like it's the only time they ever show you how to do this.
Yeah.
And if you want to do it, it's like, fuck, how do you do that? And I tried Googling it and I couldn't find anything. And then so I had to go replay the training missions again, which are boring.
Yeah.
But it's the very last thing you have to do in the training mission. I'm like, oh, fuck's sakes. But it's literally, you're just holding down and you hit A, but then you hit A again to jump.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a timing thing or
I mean,
maybe that's how I fucked my back up.
Yeah. I mean, their timing might also not be
Yeah.
spot on, right? Like they may have just not done a great job with the timing on their end. So
I've been playing it on the Steam Deck, so it's been good, decent. I haven't minded it.
yeah, how many Steam Deck OLEDs have you bought so far? I've bought 8. Just gonna duct tape them together and throw them at somebody.
Yeah, I've been randomly going into donation bins and just dropping them in there.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah.
Yep.
I am not buying one. There's zero chance. But there was a moment of weakness where I was like, I was looking at the Steam Autumn sale. I was like, oh yeah, the Steam OLED. Click, looking at it. No, you fucking idiot! Don't. You already have a perfectly good Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I said on the Forever Gaming forums that like it annoyed me because like I wish they had have announced it sooner, like maybe on the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, just even if it was like this is coming later, but like FYI sort of thing. Yeah,
because then I would have held off on like because the 1-year anniversary we got ours because it was on sale, right?
Yeah,
and now they've dropped down significantly.
Yeah.
So
as tech does.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of figured an OLED was coming, but it wasn't clear when it would be coming. But yeah, I want one. I just don't like. I'm not spending.
Yeah.
There's no way, right?
Yeah.
The Steam Deck's great right now.
The Steam Deck's wonderful, and I would love the OLED because honestly, I really like OLED screens. Like that is the one thing that the Steam Deck was missing for me is like those crisp blacks. Come on.
Yeah, I imagine because you have the OLED TV, you notice it all the much more. Whereas, like, we don't have that at all, so it makes no never mind to us at this point.
But yeah, no, going from the 4K OLED with the Xbox X to the 1080 cheap panel with the S is like, oof. That's a downgrade. It's still fun. The Steam Deck, the regular one is great. I would never tell anybody not to get one.
Yeah.
But I am a huge fan of OLED screens. And that would be like a market improvement for me. Like I almost bought the Switch OLED when it came out too. And again, like don't need one in any way, shape, or form. But I fucking love OLED screens. They're so good. So yeah. But I'm not. I cannot. I would kick my ass, and Danielle would kick my ass, and we would both be right to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I'm looking forward to this. Actually, this new game that I'm playing, I got to try on the Steam Deck and see if it works and how it is. I picked up an older game. There's a newer version of it, but I picked up Creeper World 3.
Let's look this up.
So it's sort of like a tower defense-ish sort of game, except instead of like enemies that march along a path, it's like fluid dynamics. So this gray goo, basically, it's sort of like a nano goo, just leaks out of these emitters and just pools across the map. And so it will like fill up the low spots first, and then fill up the next layer and the next layer, and you have to like beat it back and then like close the emitters. And I wouldn't have paid more than I did for it. I got it for like $5. It's on the autumn sale. It probably still is.
$5.77.
Yeah. I'm liking it, but it's one of those games where the concept is fantastic. The execution, not of the play is great, but like the campaign where you're mission to mission is kind of like, oh, every mission I get a new power and I have to like unlock this next planet. And I'm like,
Just kind of what you have free for all type
well,
thing. You'd
more
prefer?
of it, right?
Yeah.
Like I would have preferred an approach that's like you're battling in a solar system and like maybe battling on multiple planets at the same time and you're like switching between them and like there's drops coming in from like automated resupplies or whatever. So you're picking up skills, but it's like one like hour long. Now, admittedly, right now this wouldn't have worked well for me because I don't have enough time to play an hour long session. But like an hour long battle that nets you a bunch of stuff instead of a few smaller things. It might just be personal preference, but I like that sort of evolution of gameplay more than discrete in general. In this particular case, this game has scratched an itch that I needed it to scratch. So it's great. The concept is really cool. And there's a new one. It was 3D, so I didn't get it because I was like, I'm not looking for like a meaty game right now. I want something stupid and easy to play. So but yeah, it's cheap. It's like what, it's $6 Canadian, $5.75. And if you're into tower defense sort of stuff, I would recommend at least giving it a look because it's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, like, is it a Black Friday sale?
Well, yeah, right. I mean, insofar as Steam has Black Friday, it was. Yeah, the autumn sale, like I've been looking at. I actually, transitioning, as you say, to Black Friday stuff. I've been pretty thoroughly underwhelmed, but I think maybe it's because of Game Pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cool, but a lot of these games that are on sale, like Grounded, normally I might be like, oh, I'll check that out. But I mean, I already did because it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and there's been a handful of them that it was like, oh, I would totally pick that. I already have it.
Yeah, same. Like my entire wish list at Steam at this point is like indie games that I know aren't going to end up on Game Pass or anything at this point. So,
or they will eventually.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, they're not even released on consoles at this point.
Right.
They don't have
like
console ports.
PC games. Yeah. There are a couple that I might still pick up that are just like filling in games that either maybe used to be on Game Pass or games that I'm like, I'd love to have a copy of that forever. And it's like, Spore, for instance. I had Spore way back in the day, and I think you can still play it through the EA connection with Game
EA
Pass,
Play?
I think. But it's also $4 on Steam right now. So I'm probably just going to buy Spore because it's $4.
Yeah.
So there's a few of those that I may grab, like Fallout 4 for PC. I might grab too, just so I can play them on the Windows box and stuff. But I haven't seen anything larger personally that I was super into. I almost bought another Xbox controller, but I just don't really need any more Xbox controllers. So.
Yeah, the like even the PlayStation and the Xbox stores, it's been mostly like big AAA games that were released not too like Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's they got that for 20% off.
Cyberpunk's on sale everywhere.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1, the Resident Evil 4 remake, the Street Fighter, Hogwarts Legacy.
If you don't have Hogwarts,
now's the time,
and you're into it, which would be weird because I think everyone that was into it bought it, but this would be a good time to get it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I was disappointed that isn't on sale is the Steam Deck dock.
Yeah.
Because I actually might have picked it up if it was on sale, but it is not even $1 off.
Huh.
So
I'm a little bit surprised with that.
I was actually expecting it to go on. I didn't expect much, like maybe 10% or something, but that might have been enough for me to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Just psychologically, it would get me over that barrier. It would take it just under $100.
Yeah.
But no discount on that. And the reason I balk at it, in case anyone's curious out there, in the wide world. My understanding is that it is largely just a USB-C dock, and I already have those. So like I don't need it, but it's meant to go with the Steam Deck, and it works as a stand and everything else. So I want one. I just don't want one full price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want one that bad.
Yeah. Give me at least an excuse to buy it, Valve.
Yeah. Like even all the added bells and whistles with like the USB ports and stuff for controls and like that kind of shit.
They're good. I would like them, but they're not enough for me to justify it, I don't think. So.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it doesn't fit in a Switch dock. So.
Right. If it did, that'd be fucking amazing.
Modified.
Right? I bet you could. I bet you could just like slice down. I could get the bandsaw and just slice down one of the sides of it. Just give it a little more space. It might work.
There we go.
But yeah, no, Black Friday for me has been a bit of a miss on the actually I've bought almost nothing for Black Friday.
Yeah. My headphones died last weekend. It just happened to line up.
Yeah, right.
We bought Black Friday headphones for me.
Yeah. I briefly looked at some like audio gear and like podcast related gear, but honestly, most of that wasn't really terribly interesting either. Just FYI, I'm getting the red light on my thing, so our headphones might die soon.
Okay.
It might also just be me, but
mine's fine because I didn't use it last week.
Yeah, that's right. Yours will be fine. But just if they cut out, that's probably what's going on.
But yeah, it's it's your typical Black Friday. There was a few games where I was looking at them and I'm like, man, do I want to pull the trigger on that? There was one I told you about and I can't remember what it was now.
It was another 2D, wasn't it? Or was that what you were telling me about?
I can't remember. There was one that was on sale that I was like, ooh, I kind of want to get that, but Yeah. And then Sarah needed some new earbuds, so I said fuck it and bought her some earbuds. But
I'm buying one game literally right now. It's
breaking news.
Portal 2 is $1.29. So
shit.
Oh my god.
That has multiplayer too.
That's going in my bin. There we go. Okay. God. I just bought Portal 2.
Have you ever played it?
I forget. I obviously don't own it. I definitely played Portal 1 a bunch.
Yeah, Portal 2 is really good.
I might not have. Either way, for $1.29, I'm fucking buying it.
You guys, you guys need to do multiplayer together.
We totally should. Actually,
in character?
Yes. That means you can't talk though because you play as robots.
I was gonna say I'll be the companion Q.
I was just
put a box on my head.
I was just gonna talk like RoboCop the entire time.
Oh my god.
You gotta put the thing over here.
On a vaguely related note, there was a Half-Life documentary.
Oh.
That came out, 25-year documentary. And as well, there was a big Half-Life 1 patch not long ago. Valve is like it's on YouTube. So it's on Valve's YouTube channel. It's the 25th anniversary documentary. It's an hour long. And I haven't watched all of it. I've watched a little bit of it. And it's cool. I've had a couple people ping me about it and say like, have you checked this out? I've not gotten through it yet. I probably will watch it in the shop tomorrow while I'm building stuff.
Well, it's definitely less of a commitment than the Psychonauts 2 documentary.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so there was also the Half-Life patch on the 25th anniversary. Added Steam Deck support and fucking Valve, they're still patching OG Half-Life. It's like, way to go, guys. Like, good way to support your shit.
And it's 90% off right now.
I was actually just gonna say
$1.14 Canadian.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't actually think I own it on Steam, so I'm also going to buy that right now. We'll go ahead and add that.
There's a mod called Portal Revolution.
Oh, yeah?
That has 8 hours of gameplay and 40 new challenging test chambers.
Huh.
Oh, this just came out. It comes out? Yeah, it comes out January 5th.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Well, adding
breaking news.
It's community made mod, and so it'll be free.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Very cool. But yeah, so there's some Half-Life. If you're a Half-Life junkie, there is actually some. You probably already know about them, but there's some cool new stuff going on there. I'm gonna play through Half-Life on the Steam Deck at some point. I haven't played through Half-Life in a long time.
Yeah,
you should have got the Portal bundle.
I looked at it and I should have, but I didn't. So
it's 97 cents.
Portal bundle.
Yeah, includes Portal 1 and 2.
Oh, but is that because you already own one of them?
Oh, probably.
I think it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Because now it says that I own the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's free for me because anyways. Go Steam. Yeah. So anyways, that'll be good. I don't think I did ever play Portal 2, so I'll have some fun with that.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean Portal's great, right?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
And then we can do a 2-player co-op.
We totally will. I will co-op with you any day, Chad.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
After the kiss, that just gave it a whole new meaning.
Literally.
That cake won't be a lie with me, big guy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Speaking of dirty talk.
Yeah.
So actually it might be what we think it is, but
let's just assume it is. Let's just go with our gut, and if we're totally wrong, it's fine.
There's an adults only section for the new N64 store digital in Japan. Yes.
Now the reason why, and because the two of the games that they announced for it is the 007 GoldenEye and Jet Force Gemini, because the shooters carry a Z rating in Japan, which makes it like adults only.
Right, because they're much more sheepish around violence.
Yeah. Whereas over here, both those games are rated T for teen.
Yeah, right.
So I think this is
it's all tentacle porn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that'll probably come after.
Probably. Yeah. I mean that's rated T for teen in Japan, and we think it's weird.
Unless this isn't GoldenEye and it's Golden Shower.
There you go. Golden Shower 007.
Damn it. Boo. I quit.
No, I say we call it a porn store. Just fuck it. Even if it's completely wrong, you heard it here. Fake news here first.
Yeah. So Z-rated entertainment in Japan is it's restricted.
Yeah. They give hardcore violence that a lot more often.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because GoldenEye is very.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. GoldenEye in particular,
and even Jet Force Gemini, because like Jet Force Gemini is like a cartoonish, rare like platformer, like a 3D platformer. More.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, if you take away the shit graphics from the N64 and imagine like a photorealistic version of GoldenEye, it's pretty fucking apologetically violent. So yeah, I get that. Jet Force Gemini a little bit less. I mean,
well, when you can run around dual wielding fucking AK-47s.
Yeah. I think it's just guns in general. They're a little more like standoffish, whereas us Canadians, we like our guns.
But then
so much.
I love guns.
Eventually, it'll probably lead to all of the hentai stuff and.
Maybe it's hard to say because I don't actually know how heavily restricted that kind of stuff is over there. Like I've said it before, North America is way more uppity about nudity and stuff than most of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's not fair. Definitely a lot of Europe and definitely Japan.
Nipples bad, but blood and guts everywhere. Good.
Shooting people in the face is totally fine.
Yep.
For the record, Canadians have, we are one of the highest guns per capita country in the world.
Me.
We use ours for hunting for the most part, but we have a lot of guns.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, we've got a lot of nipples too. Nearly 2 for every person. On that cheery note.
Sounds like it sucks.
We were going to talk about Game Awards, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The Game Awards.
The Game Awards.
Yeah. I would have talked about it last week, but
But you were dying.
I was dying, yeah. The Game Awards announced their nominees for their annual award show on December 7th. The Game of the Year nominees. So we were talking about this over dinner. Another podcast that I watch, they have these thing called confidence points, so there's 6 nominees, and of the 6 nominees, if we're absolutely 100% certain that this game is going to win, we'll give it 6 confidence points, and then so on and so on and so on. So the one you're least confident in will get 1. So the nominees for the Game of the Year for the Game Awards are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, that's going to win, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the Resident Evil 4 remake, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That one's going to get my 1 point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how about rather than going through all of them, we just pick our top and our least?
Yeah, I think
that's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
So before we do that, so I think pretty quickly off the top, we can say pretty confidently that Spider-Man 2 is not going to win. No. Mario Brothers Wonder is not going to win, and Legends of Zelda is not going to win. Even personally, I don't think any of us like Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom much at all. It's okay, but it's nothing special. But it's not. That's not why I don't think it's going to win. They're all exclusives, and exclusives traditionally have a hell of a time winning. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3 is not an exclusive. Mind you, Baldur's Gate 3 also hasn't come out on consoles yet.
But also,
it's out on PC. It's out on PlayStation.
Yeah, sorry, it hasn't come out on Xbox yet.
It's coming out in early December, I think.
Yeah, but the voting happens before. So,
but a thing to take into consideration is Legend of Zelda won Game of the Year last year.
It is true.
Not last year.
Year
2
before,
years ago,
I think.
whatever. You know what I mean.
It is true. Zelda is in the running. I think Wonder has no chance, and I think Spider-Man 2 has very little chance. If Baldur's 3 was out on Xbox, for me, it would be a no-brainer. I wonder if because there's a whole bunch of people that potentially have not played it.
I think it will.
I still think it will. Like, it is my pick, but
I think
why not?
I think it will only because it's fresh. Mind you, I could say the same for Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2 because they were all released. Spider-Man 2 was just released.
Well,
same with Alan Wake 2.
Wonder's pretty recent too.
Yeah,
right?
Wonder's, yeah.
I don't think Super Mario Brothers has any chance of winning is all. People liked it. I just don't think it has any chance of winning.
Yeah. I think with just Baldur's Gate, with just the size and the scope of the game.
I agree.
Just the production that's gone into it, and, you know, D&D is like hot right now. You know, so
agreed. Like for me, if it was out on Xbox, it would be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
If it loses, if it doesn't win, I think it's because it wasn't out on Xbox yet.
Yeah.
And then, so here's the thing. Realistically, I would put Tears of the Kingdom in last place because I think that it's just a carbon copy of the existing game.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, Resident Evil 4 is going to be
I agree.
the least voted for.
Yeah. If it's not Baldur's Gate, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably. My guts want to say Spider-Man 2.
I think it's in the second place.
Yeah,
that's where I would put it too.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if Alan Wake 2.
It's hard to say.
Having played Alan Wake 2, I'd be a little bit surprised if it did win or even came in second. Yeah. Just because it is a weird non-linear story.
It lacks the mass appeal to an extent. Yeah. Like you didn't see the kind of Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, and Spider-Man 3.
2.
2. Twitter and the internet in general would not shut the fuck up about any of them for weeks. The rest of them, like I saw people talking about Super Mario Brothers Wonder and everything, but it never got the same sort of hype. Alan Wake 2, I barely saw even talked about. There were circles that were talking about it, but the internet as a whole, not much. So like it's going to be one of those 3.
Yeah.
I don't think Tears of the Kingdom is going to have the fan base to take it this year because it is so much like
and it came out at the beginning of the year.
It's older too, which always they always struggle when they're earlier. For me it is Baldur's Gate 3, but I wouldn't be shocked if Spider-Man 2 takes it just because Baldur's Gate 3 isn't out on the Xbox.
Yeah. It's a pretty heavy year to pick through. Like there's no solid 100%. Like you could say
agree.
like 90%, but
I agree.
Yeah, that's a little sniggle.
They're all good picks. I don't necessarily personally enjoy all of these games. I like most of them, but they're all solid picks.
Yeah. I'm having a good time with Wonder. I haven't finished it yet, but it's a Mario game, so it's fun. Spider-Man 2 was a good one. I enjoyed it. Alan Wake 2, from watching Sarah play some of it, it looked okay.
I've watched a little bit of it. Like, I haven't played it, but I've watched some of it. And yeah, I mean, for what it is, it looked like a super solid entry.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the one category that we're kind of annoyed about is the innovation in accessibility.
I was going to say there's a couple, but which one? Well, the innovation in accessibility really pissed me off.
So the innovation in accessibility is recognizing software and or hardware. And that's a key word there, is hardware. That is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So I ask the Game Awards, why the hell is the Xbox Adaptive Controller or the PlayStation Access Controller not in one of these nominees?
Yeah, like what the actual fuck? I don't know that much about most of these games, and I didn't look super deep into the accessibility features for any of them in particular.
Yeah.
But to not even include it on the list, like, there's no way that all 6 of these games are doing more for accessibility than a literal fucking accessibility controller.
Yeah.
There's zero chance of that. It's not possible.
I mean, even if it's not necessarily the best one on the market at this point,
you still include it.
Because it is a significant thing for a first party controller.
It's fucking innovating. Like, it is innovating is one of those like hot topic words because people have different. But like, as far as game controllers go, it's different.
Yeah.
It's allowing those that can't use the first party controller, like the ability to still play and enjoy the game.
The ability to like add your own custom controllers into it using the aux ports and everything else. Like, it is legitimately a new thing that we have not seen anything like in the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
At least not in the first party sphere.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the fuck? Well, I know why it's not on the list, because there was no bribe money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of puzzles me. I'm definitely not voting for, like, I don't know I'll have to go back and look at Spider-Man 2 and Hi-Fi Rush just to see what kind of accessibility options there are, whether it's probably like color, blindness.
Well,
sounds,
so I know
like
Spider-Man 2 had like the swing assist stuff and everything else.
Yeah.
And like, I know a bunch of these games have some interesting accessibility, at least accessibility adjacent features.
Yeah.
But fuck you, there's a controller for it.
2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them.
And like, I primarily gravitate towards the PlayStation one because I think it's the more interesting entry. But yeah, like, the adaptive controller is also a legitimate fucking entry. Neither of them on this list is like, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna skip that one.
That's
voting wise anyway. But.
Yeah, that's dumb. I thought you were originally gonna say the best game direction, which, like, what a fucking useless category so literally 5 out of the 6 same games from Game of the Year. It's like, so what? Whatever game gets Game of the Year automatically gets 2 awards? Like, explain to me the fucking difference here.
It's like at the Oscars where Best Director also you just know, oh, okay, I know who Best Picture is now. I can go to bed.
Right? Like,
I mean,
so dumb.
It's
so dumb.
Yeah.
So
what other?
Best independent or best? Best debut indie.
Well, I thought we were talking about ones that we think are kind of dumb.
I mean, I think those are the only. All of the esports ones I personally think are kind of dumb, and if you're into esports, like, I'm not. That's fine. To each their own. But like, the esports athlete, like, okay, fine, like, whatever. The esports team, I'm like, okay. Esports coach, I'm not in esports, and maybe I'm talking completely out of my ass, but what the fuck does an esports coach do?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a legitimate thing. That seems made up.
Yeah.
And best esports game is especially stupid because like.
Well, the esport game makes more sense to me than a lot of the other stuff because like it's the game that everybody, you know, like all the.
Maybe, except that like what makes it an esport game? And in this case, the answer is, well, it's a shooter. Well, Dota's not really a shooter, but close enough. Yeah. League and Dota are close enough to shooters. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so just make a fucking category for that. You don't like why?
Yeah. Also, like, I feel League of Legends has been out so long. Like, why is it on this list? Why that and not like the arena matches for World of Warcraft or something? Like,
sure. Like there, it's a weird category that just doesn't seem to be useful.
No.
Like the best esports athlete, fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, they were the winningest esports. Cool. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Like rock on. Whatever game they played is the best esports game. Right? Like
just keep it off the show and announce it on your website.
That's just care. That the esports game and the esports coach are just, like I said, I'm not in the esports world and I'm sure there are people that are like, fuck you, this is super important to me. And that's fine. But what the hell does an esports coach do? And esports game is that one to me is actually dumb because like what's the fucking metric for that? Presumably it's the highest prize pool because what other metric do you use for that?
Yep.
But anyways, yeah.
You were talking about the best debut or the indie ones?
Yeah. I think we should look
ones that we were actually interested in.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the best independent. This is going to be tight because I'm picking Sea of Stars. That's literally my game of the year, and I don't care what anybody says. That's my game of the year. But the best independent category for this, you have Dave the Diver, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, that is such a good game. Mm-hmm. But also Cocoon. Cocoon was a nice, clever little puzzle platformer that I really enjoyed. It was a fun game.
Yeah, well, and Dredge and Viewfinder in their own right were also super cool.
Yeah. Like, I haven't played Viewfinder yet, but...
I've only watched some of it.
And I know that's a game I'll enjoy when I play it. And then Dredge, I've only heard of good things from it. It's, like, kind of spooky Dave the Diver almost.
Yeah, I've almost bought it 3 times. I've watched some. I have not... Like, I haven't played some of these, and Dredge is one of them, but... I've watched enough of it to be like, I would like this game.
Yeah.
I know, like, having watched Chad play Sea of Stars like 2 or 3 times now already, and Cocoon, like, I would play and enjoy all of these games.
Yeah, I agree. Like, these are all very solid entries.
Yeah.
I would give it to Sea of Stars only because it's the only one that I'm familiar enough with to legitimately say. But honestly, I think there's a decent chance that if I had played more of it, I might lean towards Dredge. It looked like it would tickle the right sort of, like it would be up my alley, I think, based on what I've seen.
Yeah. I think it's going to, honestly,
it should be close.
So close.
Yeah.
It should be close.
I'm pulling for Sea of Stars just because I love the studio and I love the property and I love the IP. I think Dave the Diver is going to be up there too, but...
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But best debut indie game... 3 of those.
Which, if you don't already know, the difference is debut means this is the studio's first.
By a new independent studio, So Viewfinder, Dredge, and Cocoon are all on there, as well as Pizza Tower, made by Torta Pizza, and Venba by Versailles Games.
Which I don't think Venba will win for the only reason that there is there was like a diversity category or something along those lines, and Venba was in there.
Yeah.
I would anticipate that it's more likely to win in that category than in the debut.
Yeah. And that, like, I think it would be well deserved too, because I've almost bought it a few times.
It
too.
looks
it
cool.
looks really, really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a major uphill battle to try and dethrone from like
Dredge.
Cocoon or Dredge. I think, but then again, maybe not. Maybe it's just fucking amazing, and I just am not giving it enough credit.
It's on Game Pass too, I believe.
Oh, maybe I should give it.
I think it's.
I think
it looked cool. but it didn't look as cool as the other ones.
Yeah. I think if Dredge doesn't win Best Indie, it's probably going to win in this category.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah.
I think that's likely.
Yeah. I my pick would be Cocoon only because I
you were and to be clear,
really
I think I would really like Cocoon. I haven't played it yet. I like puzzle platformer type games, so
yeah.
Or no, I did play a little bit of Cocoon and I did like it. But I got distracted by
stuff.
Probably Sea of Stars again. Probably. I forget. I fired it up, but I didn't get too far in it. But it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank God for Game Pass. It lets me play so many more games than I would other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Most anticipated game is another category that this shouldn't fucking exist.
It shouldn't be a category.
No.
It's such a fucking stupid category.
It should just be in anticipated games.
Well, and
it shouldn't be an award.
Yeah, what the fuck is an award for anticipated game?
Because you already know, looking at these nominees, you know who's going to win. You know which one will win.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
It's Star Wars.
Nope.
You don't think so?
It'll be Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
You think so?
Yep.
So here's why I'm not convinced.
It wouldn't be my choice either.
Here's why I'm not convinced. I think the people behind Star Wars are more likely to pay bribes than the people behind Final Fantasy.
You got a point there.
That's my only reason for saying Star Wars.
The only reason why I say Final Fantasy VII
is because it always wins.
It's
Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII, yeah, just that.
Me?
Hades 2.
Hades 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hades 2.
I was aware that Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth was happening. The rest of these, I actually didn't even know they were happening.
The Star Wars one's interesting because that same development group made the Division 1 and 2, and they were great games. So I'm curious to see what they do with the Star Wars IP, but no. Most anticipated, Hades 2. The first Hades was fucking phenomenal. You could throw that sucker in today and play it and just be entertained. But the voice acting was great. The gameplay's phenomenal. The art direction and the music is excellent. Yeah. So
yeah. The only reason I said Star Wars is I think it's more likely to have money put behind it. And this is the one, correct me if I'm wrong, but these are the idiots who they give everybody votes, but then those votes don't really count for all that much, and their jury is the one that actually picks the winner.
Yeah, I think they have who they pick, but then they also have who the
fan favorite. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it'll be one of those.
I like how in Best Action Game, the first one on this list, I don't even know what it is. Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon.
Yeah, that's an old IP.
Sorry, I was looking at the Best Action / Adventure Game.
Yeah, Armored Core is an old series that FromSoft finally reimagined and remade more or less, or just continued the series. It's big robots fighting other big robots, and it's difficult. But
okay.
It's not bad.
And what the fuck is this Hi-Fi Rush game? Who fucking
that
knows
game's great.
Who would ever play that?
That game is great.
Yeah. So here's the question: Best mobile game. Do you think Final Fantasy VII will win there? Because I think it'll be Terra Nil. Because
Terra Nil's in there?
Because money.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah, Terra Nil, there's no reason for Terra Nil to be on that list, in my opinion. It wasn't that interesting a game, but there was a lot of money put behind it.
Also, it wasn't even originally released on mobile, I don't think.
It was sort of. It was one of the ones that you could play through Netflix.
Oh.
I'm going to say Hello Kitty.
I honestly was going to say it, but I was meaning it kind of seriously.
No, look.
It'll be Monster Hunter now.
I think Monster Hunter now is probably... Look, I didn't like most of these mobile games, but I think Monster Hunter now is probably the legitimate winner there. But I think Terra Nil will get the award.
So the only reason why I say Hello Kitty is because right now it is currently the number 2 game for Apple Arcade.
Yeah, I mean, Hello Kitty has a strong chance of winning. It'll win the fan, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was downloading a whole bunch of Apple Arcade games like just before it came out, and I was like hovering, like, do I just do this so it downloads when it's done? Do I really care that much?
Right.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed when I went to the Content Creator of the Year and didn't recognize at least a few of them. I was like, I'm out of the loop.
Yeah,
well,
I don't
that's
know
fine.
any of them.
I don't.
I mean, we're not on there, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, I know people make games, obviously, and I'm aware of Quack City, but I honestly didn't know the other ones. So
I'm curious what they have for best family game because I actually haven't looked at these nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
it'll be Party Animals.
Yeah,
Party Animals is great.
Absolutely.
Or Wonder.
Or Wonder.
Yeah.
No, it'll be
or even Pikmin 4. No, it'll be Party Animals or Mario.
Unless Sonic Superstars pays them a lot of money.
Yeah. I've never even heard of Disney Illusion Island, but from the art, I like it.
It has like an old school Disney kind of.
Yeah, like, I know. That's why I like the art.
Yeah.
Best ongoing will be Cyberpunk, guaranteed. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because of Phantom Liberty. Like, I don't think anyone else will take it.
I don't know. Fortnite's been doing a lot of shit too.
Yeah,
then they just released the OG thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
My pick is easy. Yeah, my pick would be Cyberpunk because like I enjoy that game, but I don't discount the power of Fortnite.
It could be Fortnite. You're right. Yeah,
and Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, because that one's just that sucker's lingering like a nasty fart.
Yeah, I just don't think it's
and I don't mean that in a bad way.
No. I just don't think that it's made that much of a splash this year, whereas the other two, especially Cyberpunk, has.
Is there DLC coming out for it, or?
I think there is, but I don't think it's out yet. I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that, but I think it'll be Cyberpunk. It's recent. It's a big deal. Like I think it'll be Cyberpunk, but I could see. It could be Fortnite. I don't think it'll be Final Fantasy.
I think what you're thinking of, Chad, is they're doing like OG Fortnite again.
Yeah, that's what
he said.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Sorry.
No, he was asking about DLC for Final Fantasy
14.
Oh,
I thought they had just announced something.
I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, Super Mario RPG takes the win in every category, including esports coach.
Well, ironic that because you were quite pissed off that it wasn't included in the list of nominees for even the RPG, which I mean, and that sucks because the RPG, obviously Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win that, which sucks. But
so to be clear, it's not necessarily that I'm pissed off that Super Mario RPG isn't included in any of the nominations. I'm annoyed that Game Awards does this where they fucking announce the nominations and everything else and do the voting before the fucking year's over.
Yeah.
Like, what if the best game of the year comes out tomorrow? They're completely fucked. It's too late. And it's like, do it in January, you dumb fucks. Wait till the year's over.
Yeah.
It's just dumb to me. I don't get it. Now, I guess I don't know. Do they count games from last December? Maybe they do, and maybe they just call their year is special and starts ends November 15th. I don't know.
I haven't seen any games that.
I don't think they do. Yeah. I think they just ignore anything that's launched in late November, early December, which in fairness, most games aren't because they tend to get released for the holiday season. But it's not like no games get released in December.
Yeah.
It happens all the fucking time.
It's very, very weird.
So,
you know what else is weird? The fact that Starfield is in here for best RPG too.
It's weird that it's in that category and
it's weird
only
that it's
that category.
Nominated for anything.
Yeah, there's some of that. I mean, Starfield was fine, but it was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it. I played lots of it. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't put it as a nomination. I didn't feel like it needed any awards. I thought it was fine.
I don't think it really deserves any rewards at all. It's
I don't think so.
Not like
it was a perfectly serviceable game.
That's it. And nothing to be rewarded. It is a game that is played, can be played, has a story.
It's pretty much the minimum expectation from a AAA studio releasing a new RPG. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's hardly anything super special.
Yeah.
No.
So, it's weird that it's nominated. I guess they just ran out of options.
Well, do you think too that it has something to do with the Xbox exclusivity? Because I've been hearing a lot of stuff lately about this Xbox tax. Like, one example of that is the Modern Warfare 3 campaign's been getting just absolutely shit on, which, I mean, good.
So there's definitely a penalty for doing exclusives. It's a well-known thing. I don't think that Starfield suffered from that at all, simply because it wasn't that good. Like, it's not like it was an amazing game that got shit on. It was a pretty solid entry to I keep thinking of it as an extension of the existing franchise because it fucking felt like it was, even though it's a totally different thing.
Well,
It was a solid entry, but I think there was a bit of backlash on it because everybody was hyped about it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, that's fine. If they had just shut the fuck up and released it, people would have been like, this is great.
But the amount of marketing they put behind it too, like with skateboard and everything.
Yeah, they tried to hype it so much, and then it was kind of like, it's fine. It's like I said, I enjoyed it. I played a bunch of it. I played the main quest through twice. It was cool, but like, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't amazing.
No.
Yeah.
It did it feel like to either of you guys that Baldur's Gate 3 had that, like, in any way the same amount of hype? Like, I know there was hype.
No, not like pre-hype. I didn't feel anywhere. I didn't feel like they were forcing the hype. There was hype, but I felt a lot of it was organic.
Yeah, I felt
they started the ball rolling, but then the public sort of took it on.
Yeah.
The whole Starfield hype felt very like top down, like you're excited about our game.
Yeah.
It's like Diablo 4.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Yeah. Blizzard pushed it hard, and there was definitely on the ground hype about Diablo 4, but it was all just like, it's a new Diablo game. Let's play it.
Yeah. Even like, because they showed that trailer last year at the Game Awards, and I remember like seeing it. I'm like, oh, that looks so good. It looks so like creepy and good. And there was on the ground hype for Diablo 4, but it especially now that it's out, like the amount of the effort that Blizzard is going to try and keep that game alive is embarrassing. Watching their Twitter feed, it's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. And I mean and they just announced the DLC, and I just don't care.
No.
I don't
even
care.
like I said, talking with guys at work that I know have the game, even they're just like, I didn't even play season 1.
I'll play it again eventually, but they've got to actually put some goddamn time into fixing it first. It's just, it's not good enough yet.
I feel so. Blizzard just recently did their hardcore servers, like classic hardcore.
Yeah.
For WoW, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel like the level of interest in that is higher at this point than the DLC.
I would be more inclined to play a hardcore WoW classic than I would Diablo 4. And it's not that I hate Diablo 4. It's just that it's not that good. And if I was going to play a Diablo game right now, it would be Diablo 3.
Yeah.
If you guys were like, hey, after this, let's play Diablo, I'd be like, no, I got to edit the podcast. But aside from that, I'd be like, sure, we'll play D3, not D4, because we'd play for an entire night and we'd be level 5. So, that's the first problem.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking game. They need to truncate that leveling curve hard to start with. And then
make your inventory make more sense.
It's got some issues.
So anyway,
I would ask what we're playing this week, but we kind of already covered that.
Yeah.
What are you going to play next week?
Probably more
Christmas market.
Yeah, Christmas market. Yeah, Christmas market.
I'm going to play Bandsaw and Planar. If anybody is local, we're going to be over at the Fergus, the Wellington County Christmas Market on the December 1st and 2nd. So next week we have pre-filmed, and you will see that next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that pretty much takes us out, eh?
Yeah. It's definitely nice to be back in the
chair
in the chair again.
Seat.
And it's I'm thankful that this chair, doesn't make my back worse. It's just making me sit up straight.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
If only my teachers had this in school.
Sarah, do you want to take us out?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us again this week. Let us know what from the categories what you think will win or lose at the Game Awards this year. What do you think is in the N64 Japan Game Store?
Let us know how many copies of Super Mario RPG you bought.
Yes.
At least 5 each.
Yes. And for those 5, and if you're giving them away, make sure you tell those people to like and subscribe our podcast.
Right. Oh my God, yes.
And also, please comment and tell Sarah to stop hitting her microphone.
No, never.
Thanks so much. We love you all.
Bye.
Toodle and ooh.